All right, this time we're going to be doing a really quick recipe. This is one of my all-time favorites, and this is the best version of it that I've ever tried. Stick around. Talking sausage balls. That's right, sausage balls. One of my all-time favorite things to eat. So easy to make. It literally takes very little time and very few ingredients to make it. I've tried all kinds of different versions of sausage balls. This version is great. It is my absolute favorite, and it uses the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit premix that you find in your local grocery store. Now, if you've never gone to a Red Lobster and you've never had their Cheddar Bay biscuits, they are excellent and they are the stuff of legend. And you can just take this premix and just make the Cheddar Bay biscuits, which are great in and of themselves. But we're going to add sausage and cheese, and everybody knows that sausage and cheese added to just about anything, with the exception of perhaps ice cream, makes it better. So let's get started on this recipe today. All right, so what are we going to need ingredient-wise? First, you're going to need 1 box of the Cheddar Bay biscuit mix. Second, you're going to need a pound of your favorite breakfast sausage. This is Gwaltney. It's a mild pork sausage. They sell it here locally. We're in North Carolina. But Jimmy Dean works great. Everybody knows it. If you're out in the Kansas City, Missouri area, RB Rice sausage. Everybody knows that. It's excellent. But the quality of the sausage that you purchase is completely up to you. The next thing you're going to need, according to a recipe that I found online, is 2 different cheeses, 8 ounces of each. And 8 ounces is a half a pound. Now this block we've already cut a little bit off of to sample it, and it was a full pound of cheese. It's from a local farmer's market around here called Crooked Row Produce. I love extra sharp cheese. Now the recipe that I looked at actually called for another 8 ounces of cheese to be pepper jack. Instead of doing that, I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to use some shredded parm here. This was originally a 6-ounce bag, which is not quite a half a pound, and we've already used a little bit of it. So what I may end up doing, since we need a total of a pound of cheese, is use what's left in this Parmesan cheese that's already grated, grate the rest of this block, and call it a day. It's pretty close. That's it. That's all the ingredients you need. Everything else you would need to put for making sausage balls from scratch as far as a dry mix, it's in this box. You don't have to worry about it. It's covered. Tools you'll need. You'll need a large mixing bowl. You'll need a cheese grater or box grater, or you can just buy pre-shredded cheese, but there's a lot of coatings on those, and sometimes I don't know, it's not nearly as good as fresh grated cheese. The other thing you'll need is 2 cookie sheets lined with parchment paper. Now we buy these Reynolds pieces of pre-sized parchment papers, and 1 box, it really goes a long way for us. These can be reused if need be, if you don't make a mess out of them. But we love these. We use them all the time, and I've got 2 of these cookie sheets ready to go. Now before I get started and I get my hands all dirty by putting it into this mix and starting to mix it up, because you do have to mix this by hand, I'm going to go ahead and grate this block of cheese down with a box grater into a bowl and get it ready, so all I've got to do is dump it into my mix when time comes. There you go. That's roughly a pound of cheese. All right, let's start mixing up all of our ingredients. So first thing to go in is going to be, ooh, what is that? Oh, that's a garlic and herb blend. I'll put that in there with it. All right, so let's open this bag. All right, let's get some scissors and open this bag. That goes in. Now this is not quite a pound of cheese in here. I'm going to add the parm to it and then set this aside until I get the sausage incorporated with the dry mix. All right, pound of sausage goes in. That's easy enough. Take the wedding ring off so don't get it all sloppy. And we start breaking this down and trying to combine it together. Alright, so there's one giant sausage ball. From that, we will make many small sausage balls. Now, you know how at the beginning of a recipe, people always tell you to preheat your oven to X and set it for this and all that stuff before you start baking? I'm not doing that. I've still got to roll out all these sausage balls. It's going to take me a few minutes. My oven doesn't take a year to preheat. So at this point, once you've got your giant sausage ball formed, preset your oven to 350 degrees. These are going to go for about 25 minutes. Let's start rolling these out onto the cookie sheets and making a sausage ball. Now there's a lot of different theories on what size to make them. I've read anywhere from 1 inch to about 2 inches. We're just going to make these about hefty meatball size. I'm going to call that probably about 1.5 inches, golf ball size for people that don't own tape measures. I'm going to space these out maybe, I don't know, half of a sausage ball apart from each other. They're not really going to expand greatly. They will expand a little bit, but they're not going to be, blowing up to epic proportions. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'm just getting a glob. I'm not measuring these out. I'm not weighing them out or anything like that. And I'm just setting them in here. On this particular cookie sheet, it looks like I'm going to get about 4 from front to back. And then maybe I'll get 5 or 6 from side to side. Oh, see? The oven's ready and I'm not even done rolling. Good time. Now at this point, I've got 20 on that first sheet. I could try and tighten those up a little bit and fit them all on there because, I'm getting pretty low here. So I could space them out a little bit less and maybe put another 2 rows in there and call it done. But it's looking like this is probably going to make about 24 to 26, something in that range, depending on how large you make your sausage balls. But I'm just going to use 2 sheets here because I can fit both sheets in my oven. And so this is going to be 5 on top of 20, so I'm going to have 25. At this point, the oven is preheated to 350. We're going to put them in there for 25 minutes, give or take, but depending on where you are, how your oven works, if it cooks really fast or if it cooks slower, you want to check them after about 20 minutes to see how they look, I would imagine. And yours might be done at 20, they might be done at 25, but we're just going to go ahead and throw these in, and then we wait. All right, we're T-minus 3 minutes till we pull these out. I just checked them. These have gotten pretty decent size. They actually went from golf ball probably up to racquetball size. I'm going to set these here, and we'll have to wait about a half a week for them to cool off. Here for size comparison, there is an actual golf ball, the size that they started at. You can see they expanded a little bit larger. All right, let's cut into one of these. See what they look like inside. Let Polly taste test it. Just wanted to show you the bottom, like this one. It got brown. You can see a lot of cheese came out, and there's a lot of cheese in the top, but pretty well together. All right, these have not quite cooled off to optimum temperature, but I was so ready to eat these. There's the inside. All right, Polly, come do the taste test.
Are you sure it's done?
I hope so. Oh my God. What do you think?
I don't think it's dry. I thought it would be like, I don't know, like a meatball.
Well, they're still hot. And if we let them cool down, they'll solidify, but I think the Parmesan cheese really stands out in that, don't you? Which is weird because I didn't really put a whole lot of Parmesan cheese in there. That was maybe 4 ounces, which accounts for about a quarter of the total cheese that went into it. But that flavor with the pepper and the sausage, and it's just really.
Look, here's a smaller one.
Yeah, so good. Yeah, we'll eat that one too. This one's a little bit brown on the bottom.
Yeah, that one's a little stiffer.
When it's brown like that on the bottom, cheese really sort of turns into a crust, and it crunches. All right, that's it. That's all the sausage balls. We got about 25 out of that one. We've already eaten 2, so we got 23 left. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button down there below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell off to the side of the subscribe button and select all so you'll be notified every time we drop a video. Please share these around on social media so that everybody can get access to these recipes and all the projects that we do out in the yard. What?
Nobody's ever seen a sausage ball recipe before.
This is groundbreaking stuff. All right, we'll see you next time.